Self-Revelations. It's your boy B-Dab.
And I am Juan Moreno.
Wannavelli. Another one.
Another one.
Right back with it, episode 35.
35.
Gorditos.
No matter how good the alcohol is, I hate it.
Why you act like you don't drink? You sitting there playing like you don't drink. Your eyes watering and all.
The pain of regret. The taste of regret, I mean.
Okay. Hey, chill.
Ugh.
Nah, I like Hornitos though. I
I
don't
do
even
too.
like drinking clear, but you know, the only thing I drink is Douce, Hennessy, and what else? That's pretty much it, bro.
I've been gravitating more towards clear. I don't really like the darker liquor anymore.
wrong
It
with
messes
dark?
me up. Huh?
What's wrong with dark?
I mean, I don't know what you talking about, what you're referencing. No, for me, I don't know. For me, I feel like I don't get no headaches when I drink like clear alcohol. Clear alcohol as in like tequila, really. I mean, vodka and all that stuff, I mean, I like too, but my go-tos are always tequila. Tequila's really my like safe zone.
Mm-hmm.
Anything outside of that, now it gets dangerous.
Yeah, it just all depends on what your body used to. Cause I the only way I get hangovers is if I drink clear.
Wow.
Like anything
I'm the
clear,
complete opposite.
I get headaches, hangovers. I throw up too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but if I drink dark, I don't know. Like anything dark, bro, I can just smash it, bro. I'll be good.
Yeah.
Like, as long as I don't obviously drink a whole bottle. Like I'm straight.
Right.
But I be feeling a cool little buzz. I be feeling good. Off that hen dog.
Off the hen dog, that Hennessy.
Oh, me. But how's everything been with you, bro? How's everything been going?
No, everything's been good, man. I just been kind of just like organizing things for myself, like my mentality, my, new profound focus on my career, and then balance with family and friends, and trying to like do what's best moving forward. I ain't gonna lie though, like this year has been definitely like one of the most like toughest years I've had. I mean, the most challenging for sure when it comes to like mental health and like pressure. Like when it comes to when it comes to kind of like stress. Like stress. I don't know, for some reason this year is like the most challenging year I've had. Like ever since, last year with the accident, and then from, it kind of changed my perspective of like what I want to do going forward. Like I was at a point where I was trying to like move up the corporate ladder, like 9 to 5 and making more money. I was never really chasing the title, but I was chasing the chase, like the journey of getting to that position, like the higher up position, whatever, the highest I can go. But then I just had like this like new profound perspective of like what really is important. Like at the end of the day, is like your family, your health, the way like creating a business or like doing things that you actually really love to do and like doing it, instead of doing things based off of like a title or money. More like impact, like more like doing things for like impact instead of doing things for just to obtain it for yourself. Like, I don't know.
Like how many people you can positively influence with doing what you're doing.
Yeah, like I don't know. I just had like this new perspective of like what's really important, and now I'm just trying to organize it at the same time, do it my own way. Like everything I'm trying to do is my own way. I'm not trying to, relate to the person that's at church. I'm not trying to relate to the person that's at the corporate world that I was almost a similar mindset. I'm not trying to compare it to my family or friends. I'm just trying to do what I feel works for me. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to do what is best for me. At the same time, it might not be like understood. Like people are not gonna get and understand how I think and how I move. But I don't do it for usually those people that do judge it. You know what I mean? People are always going to have something to say based off like your approach. Mm-hmm. And for me, I'm just trying to keep myself like, as long as I'm not hurting nobody and I'm communicating, not being transparent, not being honest, like I'm good. Like I'm just going to keep doing what I got to do. And if I make the mistakes, I mess up, or maybe later on that perspective change, then it changes. You know what I mean? Like anybody who's meant to be in my life is gonna be in my life, and whoever's not meant to be in my life is gonna slowly, you know, go away. And I'm good with it. And it might be somebody who you might not even expect, and so like I'm good with that. You know what I mean? Like if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If it's not, I'm gonna be okay anyway. So basically, I'm just like getting things in order, being okay with how things go, let go of control. Like just let the universe and let God like dictate where I am created to go, and wherever that leads, and then I'll figure it out from there.
Exactly. You know, you couldn't have said it any better, bro. And that's the way to live. That's a good way to live, bro. Like you're not putting like anybody down. You're not putting anybody in harm's way. You're moving with good intentions, good intent, and you're being true to yourself. You're not like sugarcoating things. You're not stepping on any toes. Like you're just being your organic self, you know, and everything that's gonna happen or that has happened was already written, and it was supposed to be like that so you can be who you are today. That's why when even like someone's like ask like, oh, if you can go back in time, what would you change? Nothing, because who I am right now is like how I was supposed to turn out, and who I'm gonna be in the future. Like I'm not gonna change anything that I'm doing now to alter my future. I'm gonna do everything I can to fulfill my goals, and that's all supposed to happen. The things that is gonna, the obstacles that is gonna jump in front of you. You know, it's not gonna be an easy road. Everything that's gonna come in front of you is going to be something that's possible to hurdle. You know what I mean? So as long as we know like storms are gonna come, it's your perception of those storms, that those problems that come. You know, if you are, you know, you don't have composure, and you're every time an obstacle comes, you crumble. It's gonna be hard to climb up the mountain. You know what I mean? Like if every time you see a pebble, you're slipping, like it's gonna be tough for you. You know, but regardless of how many times you fall down, as long as you get up and keep trying, you're gonna hit the marks that you want to hit. You know, and you just gotta stay prayed up and keep on your journey. You know, with good intentions.
Yeah, and that's what I'm practicing too. Is like, bro, like removing my emotions, like the feelings. No matter how tired, how sick, I don't feel like doing it. I'm hungover. I'm stressed out. I'm exhausted. I'm mentally exhausted. Who gives a fuck? Nobody cares. You know what I mean? My goals don't care. You know, whatever I pass down in generations or the impact I'm trying to make, people don't care. People don't really care about like what you're going through, to be honest. I mean, a lot of people don't really care. You know, people are focused on themselves, and nothing's wrong with that. But at the same time, it's like, you know, yeah, I'm going to feel my emotions. If I feel tired, if I'm sick, maybe I'll take a day off. You know, I got to try to balance that. But at the same time, like what needs to be done has to be done. And I can't sit here and dwell on problems or my emotions on how I feel. Instead, I need to, you know, work towards like the objective or that goal. Like I gotta, you know, put myself to the side, like be selfless. And because everything I'm doing right is like for people that are close to me and people who I don't even know, like from the podcast. You know what I mean? Like we have people that do follow and support us and really genuinely actually care in a certain way about us too. And for me, it's kind of opened my eyes. Like, you know, I'm always so focused working in my circle of competence of the people that I know and that know me and that I see them every day. But then now it's like, oh, it's getting bigger than us. Like it's going from beyond us, selfless, right? And so now I'm just like, oh, like I gotta add on that responsibility of being as honest as I can be, transparent as I can be, to not let people feel alone. Like, because whatever we say, you either going through it, you have gone through it, or you will, or you know somebody that is. And so, like, you know, a certain phrase, a certain word could save a person's life. A certain feeling somebody could relate to it and understand, like, oh, I'm not alone. And so, like, I'm struggling with the same shit, or like, it doesn't matter about race, you know, gender or nothing. Like at the end of the day, it's like a human emotion that what we talk about. And obviously some stuff are individual things. like what you go through is what you go through, what I go through is what I go through. But then you get surprised, like, oh shit, other people are relating. You see the comments, like people are constantly like commenting, like
I went through the same thing, you know.
And like that like it's like mind blowing to me. It's like, damn, I remember all these things that I'm talking about, I'm working through, have worked through, or even still haven't worked through. And people are like, oh, I could relate. And I'm like, damn, I remember at times when I thought nobody could relate. I thought I was just by myself. Like, nobody's feeling like this. Everybody looks happy. Instagram, everybody looks like they're having a great time. Every time I go to a family party, everybody's full of life. When I go to a friend's party or a kickback or whatever, a birthday, everybody's doing great. And then inside, I'm like, damn, I'm over here struggling with all this stuff. And everybody seems like they got it figured out. But then you realize nobody got it figured out. And so it's like, oh, shit, like, I'm not alone. And it's like, okay, there's other people that are sharing their actual truth. Because you always get caught up when you see online, like, people are just talking about the good stuff. Like, well, people talk about what they think people want to hear. You know what I mean? And it gets views, probably gets likes, controversial stuff. But, like, it doesn't have substance. And so, like, that stuff's cool for, like, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. But then, like, when you talk about some real stuff that hits the soul, like, that clicks. And so, like, I don't even know where the hell I was going with this. But, like, the fact that where, like, for me, it's like I'm taking this responsibility of, like, giving my full self.
And you're being a leader.
Yeah, trying to be. So that's why I'm like, you know, I'm just gonna just trial and error, take everything, you know, to the chin, the bruises, like the mistakes and all that stuff, and just do my best, and hopefully it can just help people, just by me being honest.
And it will, you know, and you being the youngest of 37, you know, it's like
oldest of 37.
You have not only the pressure of that, but you know, you have the pressure of being an example for thousands of people that are watching us, thousands of people who are seeing our posts, thousands of people. Like, if you really think about it, like, there are people who, like, genuinely are using our platform to better themselves. And, you know, and we have an obligation, you know, as men to, you know, as just human beings to, you know, motivate and be leaders for those people. And we're not saying that we're in a better position or maybe we're better than anyone. We're just saying, like, here's our experiences, and I went through this. Oh, you did too? Okay, let's talk about it. Or you went through this? This is how I got through it. Does that help you? Yes. If not, okay, cool. We're gonna find another solution, you know. And we appreciate everybody that's supporting us, bro. Because at the end of the day, like, when we had those conversations and we talked about, like, just having one person, like, be impacted by the things that we'll say on our platform. It was so genuine and so organic, like the way we came about with this platform, and just having one person that we can positively influence or affect, or, you know, stop one person from making the wrong decision or harming themselves or doing something out of spite and crashing out because of a temporary feeling. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's a good feeling and a big obligation that we have for this platform. And I want to keep going until the wheels fall off, bro. Like, and, you know, we're here for everybody. We're here for all shapes, sizes of people. You know what I mean? Like, we're all in this together, and we're living in a hard time, bro. We just come off of 2.5 years of COVID, bro. We're still going through the COVID. You know, they got the RSV, all these different types of, like, viruses, sicknesses out there, and people are, you know, are losing their lives every day. This is a hard time to be, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, this is the only time in history where people can openly be so close to help. You know what I mean? Like, my social media is only one click away. Hey, I heard something on your podcast. I know you've been through this. I need advice on this. Juan, hey, I know you've been through this with your family. How did you handle this? Juan, how did you handle, you know, I'm having trouble with my family members, and I know they're toxic and they're not helping me go down the right way. Is it okay to cut off a family member or da da da? And it's the type of things that people can reach out to us and ask us, and we can give advice. You can make your own decision, give advice, and be there to help. So it's honestly a blessing to be in this position and living our truth. You know what I mean? Like, you know, how you grew up, you're not pretending to be, you know, a church boy. You're not pretending to be anyone. I'm not pretending to be nobody. I'm not, you know, I hold on to my truth. You know, I was raised Jehovah's Witness, raised in the Kingdom Hall. You were raised from your hardworking dad. You know, you've worked through your relationship with your mother and you're building your relationships back. I'm working through stuff, working through mental health, working through things that I'm dealing with as well. And as we're going along in this process, like, we're going to see it's not only to help others, but this is the documentation of where we were. You know what I mean? Where we are, where we're going. So when we look back at this a year from now, 2023, 2024, and we're looking like, man, we have a studio now. Man, we have, you know, 150,000 followers now. We have sponsorships. We're doing this full time. This is our gig. This is our thing. You know, it's going to be that much better coming from humble beginnings. We didn't have nobody handing us 10 G's talking about, oh yeah, talk about this topic, talk about this topic. You know what I mean? Like, we built from the ground up with us as, you know, the owners. You feel what I'm saying? So we just got to keep going and keep growing, bro. Like, and, you know, these blessings are going to keep getting on top of each other. And, you know, we going to weather through these storms.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, that I have to remind myself, like, I have to start off like with like gratitude, like just be thankful, like the position that we're in and where we're going. And I love like the unknown, like, you know what I mean? Like, when we started this, we had no idea we have ideas of where we would like it to go, but then we never understood where we can take it. You know, we knew that we had something, right? Because it starts with us. You know, we don't have guests. We don't have, we do not talk about controversial things to get views, get likes. That's not really important to us. Like, the most important thing is have, you know, normal, deep conversations. But we don't even aim for that. You know what I mean? We don't aim for deep. We're just talking.
We flow. There's no script. There's nobody behind the camera telling us, hey, holding up a clipboard, talk about this. You know, this is organic. Like, there's no teleprompter or nothing. Like, we're going off the dome and how we really feel and what we're really working through.
And that's what I really like.
That's such a blessing, bro.
And that's what I'm saying. So it's kind of like we're doing things straight from the heart. Like, it's nothing scripted. You know, our words, like how you just said, there's nobody back there like showing us a sign of what to say. Like, and I think that's the beauty of it. It's like, it's raw and organic. Like, everything is just straight from the heart. And I think people could feel that. Like, you know, you could tell when somebody or something and like whatever is like fake. Like, it doesn't sound genuine. I feel like if you have to question it, like, trust your gut. Like, there's something there that is not right. And so, like, with us, like, we just try to be true and try to be ourselves. And to kind of get off that topic too, like, one thing I've been working on too right now, I just thought about it, was just trying to work through my emotions as a man. Like, try to, I guess, show emotion. Like, I have such a hard time, bro, just, like, letting my emotions, like, honestly, if I were to let my emotions, like, just let myself, like, go through it, I would probably cry, like, twice a day. But not like it's, like, bad, you know what I mean? Not like it's, sometimes I want to cry because something good happened to somebody. Or if I watch a video on Instagram, I'm watching a movie, there's certain times where I want to cry, like, of joy. Like, just, like, you know, gratitude towards that person that I don't even know. Like, they got something that good happened to them. Sometimes I want to cry because I'm overwhelmed, right? Not cry because I'm sad, not cry because it's a burden, but just cry because I can't even explain it yet. You know what I mean? Like, the pressure maybe, right? But it's not, maybe I'm putting that on myself. Maybe it's my perspective or my approach. But I don't look at it like a bad thing. You know what I mean? Like, just because I cry or just because I feel pressure, I'm stressed out, I could turn that stress, I could turn that pressure into a diamond. Like, just because it makes me feel maybe sad, or maybe it comes in a negative light, doesn't mean that's a bad thing. Like, sometimes you need that yin and that yang. Like, you need the cold, the hot. You need to be sad to know what happy is. You need to be happy to know what sad is. Like, you need to have that knowledge of both spectrums to understand that, you know, what you're going through is normal, and what you're going through, you can use it for fuel. And so for me, I'm trying to work through like that stigma of, you know, working through your emotions, but at the same time not dwell. Like I respect and I like the whole, like, when it comes to the men's mental health, like letting men cry, letting men express themselves emotionally or whatever. But at the same time, I want to make sure that I don't dwell, though, because for some reason I still look at it like a sign of a weakness. If I'm at war, or if I'm like in the trenches, or if I'm going towards my goals, and if I'm doing something that, like, my life is on the line, I'm not gonna fucking cry at that time. I'm not gonna show weakness in those moments where somebody could use that against you. People do use what they call weakness and what you refer as weakness, or you showing your emotions, to their advantage. And for me, like, I've been through that. Like, people use you for their benefit. And a lot of people are like that. Either, I think there's two types of people, right? For everything, right? Like, there's the one person that is genuinely there for you and wants the best for you and has good intentions for you. And then there's those other people that are selfish and want to use you in their benefit for their agenda, or for whatever, you know, they want to push. And so, like, me, I'm aware of that. It's a real world. Like, this, you know, it's kill or be killed almost, in a way. So I got to make sure that, yeah, show my emotions. Yeah, I might show my emotions in the car. It might be with the woman I have in my life, like, share that with her behind, you know, closed doors. But I don't want to show that to the world, to be honest. I don't want people to take that advantage. And I don't know if that's right, that approach. But I'd rather, you know, if that's working for me, that's working for me. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to sit here and, like, suffer about it. You know, I'm expressive. I'm express it my way. Because, you know, you got to survive out here, and you got to keep going. Like, my thing is, like, I don't want to dwell on my problems. I don't want to dwell on whatever negative or bad or whatever challenging moment in my life is going on. And so, you know, right now I'm just trying to express that in my own way instead of what society wants. Because I think there's a lot of good, you know, intentions are pure. You know, I think what we want to do when it comes to, like, men's mental health, and, you know, letting the kids cry, as a man, sharing your emotions and try to let your pride to the side. But at the same time, it's like, you know, my biggest thing is I don't want to dwell. Yeah. Like, I don't want to sit there and, you know, I'd rather cry real quick, wipe the tears off, and keep going, instead of cry and, like, get into like intrusive thoughts and go deeper, and now I'm depressed. Like, I'd rather just pick myself up and just keep going.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, everybody's different. You know, you gotta think about from a very young age. We kind of were always taught, like, you know, you got, as men, you're in a war zone, like you were talking about. You're in a war zone. Mm-hmm. There's no crying. We only need warriors, right? So you get to a point where you're an adult, you're a man, you done went all these years with hiding, sheltering those emotions, those feelings, and then now you have someone that's telling you, oh, it's okay to cry. It's okay to be like this. For 27 years in my life, it wasn't. So it's hard to break out of that shell and break out of that how do you say it? Like, you break out of that stereotype. Break out of that stereotype.
Comfort zone.
And all of a sudden start opening up and cry, like, open up and do it. Like, bro, I, like, kind of how you were saying, like, you're trying to work your way to being able to express yourself and express those emotions, bro. Like I just can't. I can't do that, bro. Like if I'm by myself and I'm going through stuff like death in the family, get 5 minutes, get it out, I'm cool. Like I probably won't cry again for like another year, 6 months, bro. Like I keep everything like super hard harnessed, but I'm just like I'm just in that I'm like in that realm where it's just those emotions. It just like I just feel like how you feel. No, you feel like it kind of feels weak to express those emotions, especially like someone else seeing you like that, or somebody that you don't trust to see you like that, or don't know. Like I can't do it, or be like on IG live, like showing your emotions. I can't do that. But I think that's more of a me thing, and like if I really really trust somebody, like I most definitely like if I was feeling like dealing with death in my family and stuff like that, obviously with my girl, but like it would take a lot for me to like show that to other people, and it's perfectly fine. Like there's nothing wrong with you not expressing that. You know what I mean? If you feel like you need to get that out and you feel like you need to release that anxiety, then or how you're feeling, then get to that breakthrough point. For me, bro, like I bunker down, bro. Like with everything, with my brother passing away, uncle, grandpa, all like, and it's all within like a year and a half, bro. And bro, it was just like it's like this autopilot of like staying busy. Like obviously I deal with it like when I'm on my own, but having that, okay, I'm gonna keep pushing. This presented itself, I'm gonna keep going. And no matter what happens, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna stay on my goals. I'm gonna keep what I'm doing. Appreciate the people that you have with you right now. And if you sit there and let those feelings like overtake you to where now you're feeling that every day, it's like now it's gonna hinder you because, like you said, you're gonna be depressed, you're gonna be sad, you're gonna be off. It's gonna derail you. Because at the end of the day, we're all trying to climb the mountain. You know what I mean? If you sit down and cry and pout, you'll never get to the top. So you gotta shake yourself off, dust yourself off. It's cool to stay down for a little bit, as long as you get up and keep going up that mountain, whether if you're crawling or you're running.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's important too, like to say that, like what we're talking about, like we're excuse me, we're definitely sharing how we deal with it. You know what I mean? Like we're not saying like especially for me, I'm definitely not saying that the way I do it you should, or society's saying this wrong, or like what society. I'm not even trying to go against nobody or whatever, but I'm just sharing my experience and like this how I handle it, and like how you were just saying like there's certain ways you handle it. So you gotta kind of like find your way of how you do things. Wait before you take that shot.
Yeah, I was just
take
about
it
to
together.
take it. I was just about to take it, brother.
But cheers to
man,
beautiful life, beautiful lessons, mental health for everybody, and for us to the celebration of that we never quit, still going.
It's the marathon, more life. Stay on the grind, man. We got to. Y'all better not call us alcoholics in the comments. Bro, it's crazy because I said this last time. I knew when we took the shot last time. And I looked at the cup and I looked at you and you were making a face and I was like, I'm the alcoholic in the friend group. It's crazy because like I drink, like I don't smoke, but I'll drink like a mug. But bro, when we took that shot, like right now, like I took it and looked at you and you're making a face. I was like, damn, bro.
I still want to make a face. But I don't know. I have this love-hate relate. Well, actually, no. I actually love drinking, but because I always don't let it get to that point. Like, I'm not ever gonna get to the point where I black out. That's not my. I have to be. I have to be in control in some way.
We're adults, bro. Like, you gotta drink with moderation. Like, you gotta know your
responsible
limit by now. Like, know your limit.
You have to. You can't be blacking out at the age of 30 still. Like, come on. Unless you intend it, you don't give a damn at your birthday. Okay, as long as you have good people around you, yeah.
Like, no. Yeah, I feel like everything, like, it stays with everything can be tolerated with moderation if you know where your limits are, and that goes for anything. If you're just smashing alcohol, if you're doing something every day, obviously it can harm you. It's not beneficial. But if it's the weekend, chilling, like us watching the Raider game, whatnot, it's nothing wrong with it. You feel what I'm saying? Like, as long as you know, like, and it goes for the game too. Like, bro, like, playing the game, that can be your best friend, but at the same time be hindering you the most. So it just all depends. You gotta go with moderation because, when I was younger, like, they hindered me a lot because it was like I wasn't doing the things I was supposed to because I was doing things, putting my energy somewhere else.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, you're not doing schoolwork, you playing the game. So it's like, you feel what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, I think that's so important too. Is like allocating where you're putting that energy in. That's the one thing too. Is like you start to like. I feel like the older you get, the more experience you have, you start to realize like I can't put too much attention on always reacting when somebody doesn't agree with me. I can't put all my energy on trying to prove people wrong. I can't put all my energy into doing this hobby that, yeah, it's fun, that's cool, but I don't need to be doing 6 hours of it every day. Maybe 2 hours, maybe an hour, and put all that other time allocating to something else. But that's hard too because those things like give you joy or peace of mind, and so you have to try to find like what works for you to still attain your like goals. Like, time management is so difficult. I think everybody almost struggles with that because everybody wants to, like, for me, sometimes I feel like 24 hours ain't enough. Like, I'm like, damn, I always certain days with like 48 hours a day, so I could like, so I can work out, go on a run, do jujitsu, do some hot yoga, study this, read this book, go to work, put some time on the podcast, hang out with my friends and family. Like, if I could fit all that in a day, I would, but we don't have that luxury. And so for me, it's like, damn, my goal is to put myself in that position. Like, and for me, it's also is like strategizing on, what I want to do with my time right now to make sure that I can get to that point where I can do whatever the hell I want every day. And so, and that's the biggest goal. What do they say? They say, money doesn't buy you happiness, but it goes like, somebody said this. I forgot who said this. But it
solves a lot of problems.
Solves a lot of problems for sure. But they said freedom gives you happiness. Mm-hmm. Like, the freedom to do what you want to do, and obviously with intentions, you know what I mean? Like, your habits, you have to be mindful of habits, but if you are doing what you need to do for your mental health, or like surrounding yourself with family, like, the biggest thing to have is like bond and relationship with your family and friends, and also doing something that you love and that you're building to give you purpose, and then to give. Like, you have to give something, you know what I mean? You can't just get and not give nothing, because you're gonna live a real sad life. And like, you see that all the time. The most selfish people are the most saddest. And so, like, for me, it's like I'm just trying to give, living the life of giving. But from the outside, people might think it's like selfish because, like, I might not be hanging out with this person when they hit me up. I might not be going to that party. I might not talk to certain people for like months, days on end. You know what I mean? And it's not like those people aren't important to me. It's not like, I don't care for those people, but it's just like, man, I'm so limited with time, and my time management probably sucks, but certain things have to sacrifice. But it's not like, when I get what I want, and when it's time for me to be in that position to give, just know you're going to be in that in that table at dinner. So for me, it's like, short-term sacrifices to get that long-term, goal of be able to give people everything that I feel you know, it's kind of selfish too. You know, you want to make people feel good by giving them experiences or giving them the opportunity to be free or just buy people something. Cause like, I don't know, giving, I don't know, does so much for me that like, that's my biggest motivation is like, when you think about the house for your mom, when you think about the house for your dad or that car or the money or whatever material thing or experience, vacation spot, or even the freedom for them not having to work because they have to not give them the choice to work because they want to, or just because I don't want to be bored. I want to just go work or focus on a craft or a project that they have always wanted to do, or go to a place that they always wanted to do. I mean, always wanted to go to. I feel like that is like the most, for me, that's what motivates me, is like to give people that. And like, cause I don't really need much. Like, I'm a simple man. I don't really need a lot of like things, you know what I mean? Like this watch, this chain, I just got it because I think it looked nice. You know what I mean? Not because I need it. I just wanted it because it looks cool. But I don't really need much. You know what I mean? I don't need to prove nothing to nobody. But for me, I'm trying to do things to give. So, yeah.
Yeah, and I 100% agree. It's something about helping others that feeds your soul. You know, that's what we're all looking for, is like, what's our purpose and what's going to feed our soul. You feel what I'm saying? So stuff like this, what we're doing with the podcast, it feels like therapy. It feels like we're helping someone. At the same time, it's therapy, because I don't have anybody but my dad and maybe my girl like to talk to this type of shit about, you know, and like, or talk about stuff I'm going through. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it's different on here because I don't feel like it doesn't feel like I'm complaining. It doesn't feel like I'm showing a side of me that I don't want to show. It just feels natural to open up on our platform. You know what I mean? And I don't feel like I know there's thousands of people watching us, but I don't feel like someone's necessarily watching or judging me, and I don't care. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It feels so natural to talk about things that I'm dealing with or going through, because regardless of what someone feels about the situation, if it's gonna help someone, then so be it. You know, like, fuck how I feel. Like, someone's gonna benefit from it.
Right. Yeah. Right. And that's important too. Is like, imagine. Excuse me. Imagine being over. COVID. I know, huh? COVID. Imagine being. Cause I've been in this spot. I've been in a situation where I was so sensitive to how people felt about me, what people thought about me, what people said about me, my actions, anything that I did, how I laughed. I just remember being like a younger kid, almost like a teenager, damn near almost to adult, like people telling me, you know, how I should sound or how I should talk, or hey, you shouldn't be like that, or like trying to box me. Like, imagine how many people. Pour another one. Like DJ Khaled says, another one. But like, I've been in those situations where people want to box you up, like just want to put you in a situation where you can't even be freely yourself. And you see all that you see that all the time. Like, for me, I think my greatest gift I've learned was to let people be themselves. That's like my probably my greatest gift I can give, is like, let my friends be my friends. Like, let them be them. Let the women that I have in my life, let them be themselves. Let my siblings, like, don't judge. Don't tell them what to do no more. Like, don't lecture them. It took me a while. I'm still figuring it out. Like, let people learn themselves of like who they want to be, how they want to be, and what their actions and what it's doing to them, if it's problematic or if it's a benefit. Like, I could sit here and tell them all day what they need to do, but at the end of the day, I'm pushing them away from me, if anything. Especially depends on your approach. Because for me, I mean, I come from good intentions. I have a pure heart. But sometimes the way I say things is sometimes not the best. Like, it might, bring up that defense mechanism inside their body and make them feel like I'm judging them and I'm coming from a judgmental place. And I don't mean that. But if it comes out that way, it's like, okay, for myself, I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna try to get better. Sometimes maybe I just need to back the fuck off and let them learn themselves. Like, let them touch the stove to see that it's hot and not touch it, you know?
Yeah, but it's also perception. You know, it's not impossible for someone to see the message and not how the message is sent. You know, I'm not going to accept the message because it came from the mail. I'm not going to accept the message. I'm only going to accept the message if it comes via, like, email. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you might have said it in maybe a mean or arrogant way, or maybe a direct way that maybe can rub somebody wrong. But at the end of the day, did you receive the message? You got what you asked for. You asked for advice, and that's what was received to you. And a lot of people aren't ready. A lot of people will ask, you know, for advice. A lot of people will ask for things. You know, I've been in situations where family members have asked me, "Oh, what should I do?" And you tell them, and it starts an argument because it's not what they wanted to hear. So at the end of the day, like, all you can do is give your input and let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah. Damn.
So, but yeah, man, you know, I'm really glad we were able to, you know, get an episode in today and you know, have this great discussion. Everything's, you know, going as planned. Getting ready to do our goal board for 2023. So, you know, I'm excited for that. I know you're excited, bro. And you know, we just got to keep growing and keep grinding. Do you have anything you want to say or anything you want to say to the people about anything?
I think one thing I did want to mention is like, I think just being more, well, just like to add to it, like being more transparent, like within us is like us two are living like individual lives, right? Different experiences, different color of skin, different family, different origins, different everything, different perception. And we're not coming from a place of telling people what to do or how to do things, right? Instead of saying you should, we're saying how we did, what worked for us, what doesn't work, the mistakes that we made, what we think might be beneficial from our own experience, right? And at the end of the day, like us being humans and us trying to be better people, you know what I mean? Like for me, like my biggest thing right now is like, I'm just trying to be a better man, right? In my own sense. And even certain ways that's in the Bible too, right? And also what's been passed down, you know, the earth has been, right? People have been living on earth for like millions, billions of years, right? I don't really know the right number, but
thousands, but you're
thousands, whatever. It could be, who knows, right? I don't know. I have no idea. But one thing that I don't want to do is like, you know, label somebody or make them feel that their life or how they're living life is wrong. If it works, right? But for me, I'm just trying to be a better man, like in my own sense, you know. I'm trying to be respectful. I'm trying to be a provider. I'm trying to be, you know, at the same time a warrior. Like when times get tough, you know, if somebody breaks in the house, if somebody disrespects my lady, if somebody disrespects a family of mine or a friend, you know, you have to be a protector at the same time. And I understand, like, with men, it's going to be, we get, like, I think you said in the last podcast, sometimes we get told that we're too prideful, egotistic, or whatever. But, I mean, at the end of the day, like, we need to have that confidence, like, to be able to be in the front lines. And I know not everybody's built like that, but we don't want to, like, you know, try to make a man feel bad for being that. And so, like, for me, like, I'm just trying to make sure that I just stay focused on trying to be a better man for myself and my family and my friends by being honest with my own experience. And, you know, got to be open to that. Like, I just got to be honest. Like, I'm going to make the mistakes. I'm going to fuck up. You know what I mean? I'm not fucking perfect. And so, like, you know, trial and error, and to let people know, too, like, you don't have to be a man, obviously, like, when it comes to trying to be a better person and make mistakes or whatever. Like, you know, every like, you know, when time passes by, you learn from your past mistakes, or what you thought was true ends up not being like true now. So it's kind of like, don't judge yourself too hard. Like, don't let the world tell you that how you think and what you believe in or your approach is not right. Like, let time tell and let you tell, like, if that's true. Like, whoever you look at as a mentor or yourself, or that voice in your head, that voice that wants the best for you, like, just try to work through it, and like, you'll be all right. Like, don't judge yourself too much in the journey. Like, like, we're young. Like, me and you, we're below our 30s. Like, we're late 20s, I guess. Like, 27. So like, we're 27 right now. Like, and for me, I'm hard on myself, right? Like, if I don't do certain shit, like, I'm hard on myself. But it makes me better being hard on myself, because I'm like, it makes me wake the fuck up and get to it the next day. And so it's kind of like, you know, don't let it get to the point where you kill yourself. Don't let it to the point that you paralyze yourself. Like, you'll figure it out. Give it time, but just do little things like every day. So like, basically what I was trying to say with that was like, let yourself figure it out. Give yourself time. Like, it doesn't matter what age you are. If you're 20, 15, you know, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. If you're getting 80, 90, hold on. You gotta start, I guess, being very strategic at this point. But like, you know what I mean? You got time. And so like, don't judge yourself. Like, let time do it. You know, search religion, God, if that's what it is, or a friend, family. Be open, be honest about it. Talk to somebody that's a genuine person that wants the best, and like, let life, the universe, God show you what you're meant to do here.
Yeah. And just keep going. You know, don't quit on yourself. And you know, as a Christian, like, judgment isn't up to you. You know what I mean? We're put here to love. We're put here to, you know, be with one another. We're put here to support one another. And at the end of the day, show love and love others. Mm-hmm. So, you know, going back to what you said about like, not here to tell anybody how to live their life. That's absolutely correct. If you have questions about, you know, maybe getting discipline, maybe getting structure in your life when it comes to the Bible, when it comes to anything like that, like, it's out there. You know, we have the most information that we've ever had in history at your fingertips with your cell phone, you know, or reaching out to maybe any church, Kingdom Hall, or anything that you might have interest in, you know, if you have an interest in being Muslim or anything like that, it's our place for that. But, you know, don't be, like you said, don't be too hard on yourself to the point to where it's like you give up on yourself. You know, we want everyone, all walks, shapes, forms of life, to keep going and to prosper at the end of the day. You know, we love you. You know, your family loves you. You know, there's love and support around you. And if you don't have no love and support around you, get someone who loves and supports you. Get people around you that love you and that's going to stick by your side. Get quality people around you. It doesn't matter if you have one friend. Don't matter if you have 2,500 friends. You know what I mean? Like, get some good quality people around you, because it's going to project you forward and help you accomplish your goals, you know. But like I said, you know, Juan, I appreciate you for today. We appreciate all you guys for, you know, tapping in with us with this episode. And we thank you, and we'll see you next week on Self Revelations Podcast.